Greetings there, my fellow pilots. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Nexerelin, Episode 12, Shunt for a Star. The soul-crushing office stereotype is garbage. You know, I've had a lot of... There was one instance where, like, it was truly soul-crushing to me. I have pretty good tolerance for, like, terrible office politics, but there was one company that I worked for. It was a relatively large company. It was doing drudgery work, but it was a relatively large company. And what ended up happening was, I had already put in my, like, leave notice. So everybody knew that I was leaving the work, because I couldn't stand it anymore. It was horrible work. And I think the second to last week, because I gave them a full month's notice, I was really kind. Or 2 months notice, actually. The second to last week of my work, they wanted me to act as, like, IT admin, and I was just a software developer for them, but I do have a little bit of IT background. And I was in a satellite office with only maybe, like, 4 other people, and the main office had, like, 150. And what ended up happening was one of the, like, assistant to the satellite, like, someone important, basically, was caught using login credentials for the person that ran my satellite office to bring that intel to one of our competitors. And my second to last week of work was essentially collecting information to bring criminal charges against this employee. And it was soul crushing because this specific employee had, like, 2 young kids and a wife. And I guess he was dumb. Because, like, you can't just do that, what he was doing, and, like, get away with it. And I hated it. I didn't feel like I was narking on him. You know, it's not my fault that he was doing stuff that was so blatantly illegal. But for them to put me in that position sucked. And I think they put me in that position because they knew I was going to leave the company. So there wasn't going to be, like, backlash necessarily. Because I think... I don't know. But that was horrible. Horrible. And I did catch him completely red-handed with his pants down. And, like, handed all the information over to my boss and the boss's boss, and had a big old meeting, and I was like, yeah, okay, he was stealing stuff, and I don't want to work here anymore. I don't want to drive to work and have him waiting in the parking lot with a shotgun, because I've just ruined his life. That was basically my concern. He was not a violent human. He was just a dumb human that was desperate for money or whatever. Yeah, I was ordered to do it. It wasn't my fault, but it was soul-crushing that, you know, I didn't want to spend my time at work destroying someone else's life. Didn't feel good. But my direct boss was fully capable of doing the same investigation, so, like, it's not like if I botched it, I would have helped him out at all, because my boss was... I was fresh out of college, more or less, so my boss was, like, way better at me at everything, and would have easily scoured the, like, you know, the logs and permissions and all that stuff to be able to dig up all that intel. Moral of the story, if you're gonna steal from work, steal toilet paper and paper clips and Sharpies, and no one's gonna care, because that's just wasage that most work bakes in. Don't steal corporate secrets. You'll get caught. If you don't get caught, like, congrats, but, you know, don't do it. Oh, man. They made me the executioner on my way out. They really did. They really did. And because I was young, I, like, was dumb enough to agree to it. I don't know. If I could go back in time, I would have been like, no, hire a third party. It's inappropriate for me to be doing this. Like, you know, just because I went to school for some cybersecurity doesn't mean, like, this is what I do. Buy toilet paper when you can borrow and just not return it? Exactly. Just poop on the company's dime. Was I the employee and I was framing someone else? No, it wasn't like that. Oh, thank God. Hey, a colonizable world. Oh, wow. That's really nice farmland. I think that's actually the best farmland I've seen so far. And a hazard rating of 75? That's the best hazard rating by far that I've seen. Like, bar none. Is it extremely hot? No, it's just hot. So the cryo-arithmetic engine doesn't get the extra boost here. But, dang. This is a nice one to know about. Which means, I am just going to straight up eject the survey data, so I can't sell it to anyone. Because knowing me, I will forget that I have survey data of such a nice planet and sell it to someone that steals this planet from me. Which would be really dumb. So, Vormers, what is the most soul-crushing story that you have from the office? Is it near a gate? It is not near a gate. But that's okay. Maybe there's a gate nearby. I'm poking around to see if that's true. So the other planet that I saw was a 100%er. And it was a Terran world in Dagon. Which is not terrible. It has ruins, and it has rich farmland. It's also decivilized, and if we fix the decivilized, it would drop down to a hazard rating of 75, which is also really good. And then Dagon is next to Athlon, and Athlon has a gate. So this is probably the best contender for an initial colony, making either organics or farmland. You don't think survey data affects the chance of a faction colonizing? You know, I don't have data about that. It's all hearsay. So I've been told that if you sell survey data, they get knowledge of the planet and can take it from you. But like, the survey data is worth 5,000, so it really doesn't matter to me because it's not like a payday of me making a whole lot of money if I just throw it away. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. Whereas the selling blueprints on the black market, absolutely, I know for a fact, will give those blueprints to the pirates and they will use them. That I have confirmed myself, because in one of the first games I ever played of Starsector, I did exactly that. I sold, like, I think a Legion or something, a blueprint like that to the pirates, because I had a spare, and gave them things that they... Oh, hold up. A Terran world named Sphinx. Amon-Ra would be proud. What the hell? Oh, this is the shielded world. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go face planting into a Radiant. Thank you. We're gonna leave that unsurveyed for now. Actually, you know what? You want to see how bad this fight would be? I'm just gonna show you because I'm just gonna save first. So here, you can watch Rad die. Choo-choo! Time to become like the pharaohs. And by that I mean dead. I'm gonna get you! Hey, I almost did damage. And I'm overloaded. I didn't even get to fight the, the Radiant. Almost blew up his own Lumen or whatever he is. Yep, so that was me fighting a Radiant. You're pretty picky about picking companies to work for. Earlier in your career, you got hired. Oh, ouch. Hired a CEO that spent all of his seed money on himself. Sadly, isn't that like the story of the COVID relief? That it was like billions of dollars that company owners essentially embezzled for themselves, thinking that it was like free money that was unaccounted. And now, hopefully a lot of them will go to jail because they were like, all right, so instead of paying my employees, I'm going to buy a Ferrari. And it's like, yeah, no, not on the government dime. That's not how that works. So I really do hope that there's a reckoning there. anyone that defrauds, because it's not like, you also have to consider it's defrauding you and me, or at least every American, right? Like, it's the taxpayers' money. Like, I totally don't mind paying taxes so that people that would otherwise be out of work get work. But for a greedy CEO just to buy themselves like a Ferrari, nope. Thanks, but do not pass go. Go straight to jail. Where do I work now? Here, in this green-screened dumpster that I call my office. Luckily, I only brew 200k. What certs did he give himself for 200k? Dang. That guy was after some pricey certs. That is, that's impressive. He became CEO and, like, gave himself an Ivy League education overnight. My coworker's lazy but adorable. He does exactly what he needs to do. He's a fashion model. He's my boss. Oh, this is a potentially colonizable world. There's 2 deserts. Barren, rocky, unstable, frozen. This might be a dangerous system. I didn't get any warnings coming in here. Well, yeah, this could be good. If I build up the cojones to kick out that Radiant, that Terran world that I found, could be really nice. But I think that's the story world, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that world is the... I forget the quest line, but that's the story quest line of the alpha world or whatever, right? Ooh. Nice. Transplutonics and a whole lot of organics. And we're about to get a sensor array. Up our detection. There was some blip there at the star. I really need to get like a little lavalier mic that it can have a button to unmute, because Yoda's making like little cute grumble noises. I don't know how to describe it. Point defense. I am getting pretty close to my max storage size. And a research station. Oh, what do we have here? Kopesh Wing, Breach SRMs, Phantom Phase Transport Blueprint. I don't think I've ever seen those. Ballistic Rangefinder, which is increasing the range of small ballistic weapons. That's actually pretty good for like point defense and the like, I think. Maybe? In the point defense mod AI that I literally just have a copy of. You love the Phantom? Explain it. Because I'm not sure I've ever used it. And hardened shields. Some of the newer ships I haven't also touched since the last update. Like the Manticore, for instance, is not one that I'm familiar with, because that's a newer ship. Same with the Eradicator. And more ruins. Oh, they're smuggler, they're very low. They're hard to find ships, got it. Okay, I am full. And I just got a bunch more organs. Yeah, they're ships to do smuggling missions because they're hard to find. That makes sense. I mean, all phase ships have tiny little signatures. That's what makes them phase ships. And even more! ruins. And I'm not going to have space for whatever I'm about to find, but, I don't know, that was a bust. Wow. Compared to all the other ruins I've searched, I can take a few busts. This system isn't terrible. I mean, there's a lot of systems here that are like low hazard rating. 125, 125. And then maybe the gas giant will have volatiles. So there's always a possibility of settling in something like this. It's not amazing, but it's acceptable. You can get 200 Marines on it, so it's like a stealth invasion ship. Well, that's pretty neat. Let's try to slipstream back, because I don't think there's any gates nearby that I know of. Get out to my gate intel. No, I'm in a gateless area. I'm sure there are gates around me that I just don't know about, but... Whee! Is there like a trick for staying in a slipstream? I definitely find it hard to stay in it. I get dumped out constantly. What's the purple halo around some of the planets? That would be like that would be like Aurora or something like that. You'll have to, when I see it, it could be an ion storm, or it really depends, because oops, I never surveyed. A lot of planets here, but they're all barren and ruinless. No gates either. Nothing of note. So I'm going to slowly make my way back to... Where is Sunda? I'll make my way back to Sunda, because that Sunda has a gate that I could jump back to. These things? You mean out in the world? These are just gravity wells, where it indicates where you can jump into the system. And then also these little clouds here are nascent gravity wells, where if you have the transverse jump, you can jump in them too, which is useful when the jump points are guarded. Because sometimes when there's pirates or whatever, they'll guard the jump points, so you need nascent gravity wells to be able to get in safely. You can always go unsafe and just jump in blind anyway. Crew from pods, and more junk. Orbital habitat. I'm not even going to bother touching that orbital habitat, because I'll do it anyway. I'm so full of stuff. How fast does Tarsus move? Max burn 7? No, I don't want it. There's a lot of debris here. A lot of piracy. Hey, Benderful. Thank you for the resub. All 25 months of it. Dang, it's a lot of time. Been at this a while, haven't I? I just learned of the location of an orbital habitat. Nice. Alright, I am so full of stuff I'm having to drop it, but nothing that I've had to dump out of the ship just yet is worth much, so I'm not too concerned about coming back for it. So the orbital habitat is where? Whoa, about as far as from me as possible. So not somewhere I'm headed to anytime soon. Any other freighter? What I need is a gate to be able to get back to the core worlds more readily, so I can sell more frequently. Ice Giant. I guess I could just go to the this screen. Nope, wrong screen. How do I see? Keep clicking the wrong thing. It is the system info. This is probably a faster way to see what is there. None of these worlds are likely to be that colonizable. Very likely that there could be ruins here. I guess I'll do a quick ruin scan. It's not going to be that quick because these planets are really far apart. So for those that have played Nexerelin and are experienced, I have a quick question. When other factions expand, do you typically see them expand the core, or do they just go over wherever they want? A astral blueprint. A duplicate. How do I sell that? Who do I sell that to? Probably Tritac, because they probably already know how to make astrals, and they would accept it. A hypershunt tap? Damn! Alright, so this is a miniaturized wormhole interface which can be activated to tap into a nearby coronal hypershunt, which I found one out west, providing a colony with virtually unlimited power. Operation requires industrial quantities of transmutonics. It really is a lot of transmutonics. It's 10. Which are first used to open the wormhole, and then once the power is drawn and becomes self-sustaining, it is consumed in a complicated ablative process which maintains wormhole stability. Any interruption in supply requires a full shutdown of the tap. Oh, yes. Don't mind if I do. You do need to defeat the Hypershunt's defenses to activate it, yes. So that's not something that I'll physically be able to do until I have a fleet able to take out the Radiant. And also the Hypershunt defend. Well, not the Radiant, the Hypershunt defenders, which are insanely strong. They're no joke. They're the sort of in-game, but the Hypershunt is a super boon to planets within 10 light years. So if we take a look at the sector here, the Hypershunt was at Zendar, I think? No. Zendar was the Terran world. The Hypershunt was south of that. Was that Svarga? Actually, Hypershunts are always at Giants. So it was here. I think there was a Hypershunt around Kestrel, right? So then anything around Kestrel 10 light years away would be very easily colonizable with like an incredible amount of extra power offered to it. But yeah, the Radiants are the Redacted's battleships, and they're the ones that you saw me suicide to, where I didn't even get to fight it because its lackeys blew me up before I even got there, but those things shred. And you've seen me in my combat, so you know how good I am at fighting things. I should have a save scum counter. It would just be embarrassing. I'm just very rusty. This is one of those games like, I feel the same way about Project Zomboid, where if I take a long time off of Project Zomboid and I get back to it, I feel very rusty and very bad at it. Heavy blaster blueprint, that's nice. Perdition wings and longbow wings. Longbows are really nice. Oof, you feel that? You know what I mean, right? You take time off from PZ and then you come back to it and you're like, I know how to fight, and you like swing, miss, and they bite your face. And you're like, oh, I guess I don't. And this is the same way, where I feel like an absolute potato first coming back, and then eventually I get like adjusted. So I have an administrator I need to fire. Bye-bye. And then I have a captain that I just picked up. Helmsmanship, combat endurance, impact mitigation, point defense, ballistic mastery. I like you. I will keep you. And you will be raffled. Oops. I just put Arc Rune in the wrong ship, but whatever, I don't care. So there it is. Raffle timer's up for the person I just rescued. There's only 4 more planets for me to search here. And then I truly am just going to beeline for the core worlds because I am so fat full of loot. I'm leaving a Hansel and Gretel trail of garbage behind me. You know how it is. Love the raffles. There's even that new raffle emote. Made special for this occasion. Where am I? So I'm actually pretty close to Sunda. You know how I said I'd go straight home? I'm going to go to Hantu Raya first. I'm feeling lucky. Okay, whenever I say feel lucky, I gotta remind myself to save, because usually an indicator that I'm about to blow up. I definitely have enough money to start colonizing, though. I've got the nest egg required. Cool. Cool solar system you have here. 2 baked rocks. 2 Mercuries. I'm going to hop around to the other few planets around while I'm out here. Don't blow up. I know. I'm a treasure galleon. I'm like a Spanish gold treasure galleon. Just easy pickings for a good pirate fleet to blow up and loot. Send to the bottom of the Atlantic. More ruins. With the very least amount of loot I've ever seen. I think that topped out the last ruin that was horrible. How much money do I think I have in loot? Well, I'm not going to be selling the Hyper Shunt, but that's worth 300,000. And then the organs, depending on supply and demand, are worth quite a bit. I'm not going to be selling the Gamma Cores, but they're worth a lot. And then, of course, the heavy machinery and the transmutonics are worth a good bit. Same with the refined transmutonics. So I would say maybe, if I'm not, the things I'm planning on selling, probably around 400,000. If I sold everything, it would be closer to $1 million. Nothing like going out to a planet called Trick, which is a toxic world. That doesn't concern me at all. I'm gonna survey it. Nope, no tricks here. Just a boring old world. Okay, Sunda. Finally, I'm making my way to you. And then there's also the case of, like, min-maxing all the sales, going out to where it's in most in demand, or just selling it for convenience. And I usually just do the I'm gonna sell it to whomever, whatever's most convenient, which makes me less money, but it takes less time. They tricked me into scanning it. That they did. Have I had anything for dinner yet? Nope. So, metals need to go to Hispaniola. I'll go to there first. You know what? I could probably win this. Estevelli, you're going to be my new pilot. Can I put you in a... No, I can't put you in a pilot seat. You might live, yeah. Maybe. So their Venture and their Eradicator are the really big targets here. And if I could cut through the smaller targets quickly... oh, dang. Turn drive. There we go. He's dead. Right, let's see. Where am I needed? The Venture's on the left. That wolf is probably screwed. That was a weird noise. Help someone? I'm getting pressed. This Eradicator is winning the flux fight, I think. Oh god. If I can keep alluring the... Oh, there we go, I overloaded him. Time to push. Oh, I have no engines, so I'm gonna vent. My mule just got disabled. Come on, engines. Yeah, this Eradicator's built well. I'm having a hard time cutting through it. I built my Eradicator really, really poorly, clearly. Yeah, I'm probably not winning this. But I'll play it out just to see what goes on. Oh, there goes the little shepherd. And I'm gone. Alright, luckily I had just saved because I'm paranoid. Because I know how bad I am in fighting. I really like the glass cannons, but oh god, I really need to just sit in my big old donut Paragon with my disco ball shields and just slay everybody with no effort. Because that's apparently all that I'm good for. Alright, this was the world I already explored. I tried. Yes, I tried, and I died. I'm gonna skip over the 2 worlds that I had poked into earlier. Because I'm still just as full as can be. There's no point going out there. Because I know there was no good colonies. Pirate fleet was hiding its power level. I just exaggerated my power level by, like, squaring it. That's all. Under 9,000. Someday I'll be a big boy with a big fleet. But that day is not today. Also, I'm kind of surprised I got jumped in the core. It was a bad taste in my mouth that I made it all the way to the core worlds and then died. Seems weird. They did warn me. There was the big old warning of like, hey, there's a pirate fleet. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And ignored it. And I shouldn't have done that. I will say, once you have like maybe 3 or 4 cruisers, like if I had the ability to buy like 3 apogees and just roll around with 3 apogees, oh wow, they should have attacked me. The chance of me losing those kind of fights would dramatically drop. I just haven't taken the time or energy to do that. So you, Hispaniola, you will pay not top dollar for these transplutonics, so I'm going to bring them over to Huma. But you wanted the... No. Huma Command needs the metals as well. What was I selling here? I don't think they pay best for anything anymore. Huma Command must have just been attacked or something, because they're paying huge for everything. So I'll get over that. That's in Huma, and that's the Persian League Huma Command. So I'm definitely going to make most money selling the stuff over there. And we'll see. So I'm at 183, or 1.8 mil, and we'll see how far I get. My guess is I'll get up to like 2.2-ish, but I could be off by orders of magnitude. Why'd you do that? A prediction? Predictions really only work when there's like a yes-no thing. When there's multiple choices, that's just not what predictions are good at. Okay, I'm going to be making a little bit more than I thought. Because... Oh, Hispaniola wanted the metals. All of a sudden. I'm pretty sure I checked that last time I was there. And Blue Crow wants the transplutonic ore, so I'll sell that there. So that's 181,000 from this trade. And I'll sell the weapons here too. On the black market. And the attack fleets. I'm not going to sell the integrated AI point defense stuff. Definitely not selling the Astral to the pirates. The Astral Blueprint. So it's going to be more money because I forgot about that Astral Blueprint. But we're already up to 274. So I'm going to be wrong because I'm about to make a lot more money if I can get away from these pirates alive. And puppy treats. It's almost to the point where, like, getting that Paragon might not be a terrible idea if it's sold again at the high seller. Persian Leagues, you sold on the black market. It's like, damn right I did. I'm not paying tax on this. You think it'd be funny if I sold the Pirates Astral Blueprints? Oh, it'd be so annoying. Especially given that they're fighters. No, I was only off by maybe like 40k or so. It's not bad. It's relatively close. Yeah, I said 2.2 mil. I'm at 2.26. And I'll count that as a win. Oregons aren't fetching a high price right now. I'm going to sell the AI spec to the open market so that they're not black marketed. Oh, I have a lot more heavy machinery. They're buying it big on Nova Sidonis over in Huma. So I'll head over there to sell what I've got. Would I pilot Paragon if I purchase it? Yeah, absolutely. AI piloted Paragons are piloted pretty well, though, especially if the pilots are reckless. Or if you min-max it to make sure that all the lasers have the same range. Some ships piloted by AI are amazing, and then some ships piloted by AI are just like super potatoes. But Paragons are hard to pilot wrong because they're just so powerful. And I'll check for the Paragon at the end of this. All these sales. Definitely black marketing this. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. They're actually paying pretty big for supplies here, and I have excess supplies, so I'll just sell them my excess supplies as well. There is a deficit finally for organs. There's only a deficit of 200, but it's in Black Emperor. So yeah, let me get out to Black Emperor and sell the deficit organs. Items that have really, really high asking prices, like organs, are oh wow. You caught me. Let me try it. Are usually worth waiting until there's some sort of deficit, because the price doubles. So when the price is already really high to begin with, especially if you have a lot of units of it, you can make a lot of money. Come on, Wolf. There you go. Probably not going to go for that Condor. He's too deep. Right, now that we're all grouped up, attack. One wolf timber got destroyed. Hopefully I'll be able to recover. Don't hide behind your dead foe or dead friend. Jesus. Talk about dark tactics, huh? No! Not fighter spam. Wolf, finish him off. The wolf will get it, I think. I hope. Alright, there is a Gemini behind me. Oh god! Oh man! They almost torped me. You shifty bastard. And I'm just getting, like, what is this, broadswords? I don't even know what, oh god, that's gonna hurt. And I'm done. I wonder if my ships can, win this, though. No, they're gonna... Yeah, no, they're shredded. Oh well. I really do... I should just, at this point, ditch the Sunder, because it's just not tanky enough to deal with the average, like, pirate ambush. Jumping from Sunder to Paragon is a little ridiculous, because it's going from a small ship to, like, the largest, one of the beefiest ships in the game. I wish there was a... I kind of wish there was a middle ground. I wish there was a cruiser I liked. There just aren't. I mean, it's me maybe being a little picky, but there just aren't cruisers in that class that I enjoy using, unfortunately. Like, the apogees are just so asymmetrical and weird and kind of hard to use as a player that I just don't. Well, I'm a little bit closer to my my profit prediction now that I'm selling like this. I still have the machinery, which should go to Black Emperor. And then the organs go to... The organs aren't in demand. Yeah, my side wolves let me down. They really didn't. That was too big of a fleet for them to take. Okay, 2 point. I really only lost like 5k on transactions there. So I will head out to a Tritac world to sell the Astral Blueprint, and then check to see if there's a Paragon. And that way I can stop losing every fight that I ever enter into. Uh-oh. Don't touch me! Oh god, there's 2 of you. Story point. Can't be bothered with you. Bye. And that's why we have story points. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Nexerelin, which originally streamed live on Twitch, September 29th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, roleplaying.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join the gaming community, roleplaying.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that made it to the credits. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.